this is what I do when I'm arranging flowers. First of all, I lay them out and look at the lines of the stems, because those can be important depending on the vase. This one here, I like this one so much just because it's very different from the flowers and it sets them off. It's an old thing that I found on a hike. And then there's several colors of flowers and types of stem. Every one of them is different. And I think I look at them more as individuals that maybe become part of a family. So I just like to hold them up and see lengthwise. This is kind of nice. This one, though, I have to go put it down like that to make it look balanced to me. And this one, that one also looks good. Maybe, I like it this one to be taller, just because it looks like it reminds me of a child who's growing, and these are the older people. And then these are some more flowers from the front garden.
Keep in mind, they're seeing it from over here, not from your point of view. So.
Oh yeah. When I look at a flower like this, it doesn't look good in a lot of different angles. Matter of fact, like this is a no. I wouldn't want it to be like this at all, but I like this probably somewhere around here. And so I definitely look at the angle of the flower. I happen to have plenty of Ikebana wire, but I don't usually bother with it just because I like to see what the flowers want to do and how they can interact with each other.
And how do you get them to stay once you like them?
Oh, that's an easy answer. I use a Japanese kenzan, which I'll show you at the end of this, I guess, because I have to go get it. Let's see. I might just start with a couple of them and then add. Yeah, oh, look at how pretty this is. And then
what do you like about that?
It's not complete yet, but I like the way the stems go and the flowers look good. This one's a little bit older, but it's still pretty. And boy, I really like this too, as opposed to everything facing the front. So it kind of reminds me of just a family photo where everybody's just sitting around having fun with each other and someone's snapping pictures that nobody really notices. Yeah, all of those are fine. It kind of depends on the vase. Well, it certainly depends on the vase, because if it's a big vase, this wouldn't show well. So I need a smaller vase for these little tiny flowers. But I use the same exact principle for larger flowers.
Like what?
Like that. Do you want me to bring it over?
Sure.
All right. I use the same principles for the big arrangements too. And sometimes they get a little bit too congested, so you can't really see the relationships as well. But for instance, I really like this. It kind of beckons your eye to see what's above it. And what I do with this is the same thing. I kind of hold them up, put some in, say, oh, this doesn't go well. I cut it down, or bend them over like this one I put sideways because it needed something here. And for the big ones, I like to have something really strong visually, just to balance the vase. And this is extra. It just fills in the... See how it's kind of empty without this?
I can't see anything. You're in the way.
See how it's kind of empty without this?
Yes.
You don't even notice it, really, but then when it's not there, there's an empty space. So I usually hold it up in front and see if it's the right thing and the right height and everything, and then I go ahead and put it in there. The last thing I want to talk about is that I like to have a little water spray. I use it for ironing too, but it really helps the flowers, I think, as far as I know, to stay happy and hang in there, especially this one. I'm hoping that it's going to open, so I have it a little moisture in there to encourage it to open instead of just dry up. And at the end of my Ikebana arrangements, there's always some extra ones that I don't know what to do with. So this is just a catch-all.
But you still arranged them. You didn't just throw them in there.
I arranged them, but it's more of a haphazard thing where I don't spend a whole lot of time on it. I just think, okay, this needs something here. Oh, here's a piece. Ta-da.
What?
So this fills out the space. So if there's a space that needs to be filled.
Are you from your point of view or the
Yours?
camera?
Yours.
Okay.
If there's a space that's empty, that's why I put this here, is to just fill up the space and make it a little bit more balanced in the imbalance of it.
So when you compose these, you're doing it so that there is a front way from which it should be seen.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And you can see that really, really well by looking at the sides and really realizing that this really is the back. It looks like all the flowers are looking forward. This one's not too bad. I kind of like this, but I have to see with the whole bunch of flowers.
This is what you're working for.
Yes.
Yeah. All right. And by the way, if anybody's wondering why we're shooting where we are, it's because we have the nicest light this way, and
we have the best photographer that really understands light.
But unfortunately, it happens to be in our bathroom.
First of all, I identified the front of it, which is this. This is the front of the arrangement. And little by little, this is the catch-all arrangement. So there was really no rhyme or reason to it. It's just I picked up a flower and thought, oh, where does this go? And I did that for everything that I had left over from the main arrangements. And I just put in this one.
These are the ones we just had out for the demonstration, right?
Yeah, exactly. And this one is kind of not long for this world, but it's okay for now. And I like the sideways view of it.
There, yeah.
I put this one that I talked about from where I picked it up on a hike. And I'm really very fond of that. No matter where it is, it works out well because it's so different. The texture is so different from the rest of the flowers. And let's see. Yeah, so you can kind of, if you look at the different angles, you can probably identify the front of it.
Right there. That's beautiful.
Mm-hmm. And I don't think there's any arrangement that I've ever done that has more than one front.
Huh.
I don't know why. That's just how it is.